Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Will, and today, along with my companion up here, we're going to be helping you guys to better understand the systems of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to try to keep these very brief the best I can. There's a lot of content out there that teaches you about the different systems of Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm hoping to do these in a way that's kind of a lot more condensed and more of a shotgun blast for new players or people who have just started the game to have a little bit more understanding of exactly what people are talking about. So if you're, let's say, a WoW player, because that's a big thing right now, and you hear a lot of people talking about the job system of Final Fantasy XIV, I will explain that to you. And in fact, in this video today, we're going to start with the job system. Hoping to keep most of these videos about 5 to 7 minutes, so if that time frame sounds good to you guys to kind of get a general understanding, definitely let me know in the comments. And also keep in mind, if it is too short and I'm not giving you enough detail for it to really matter, definitely let me know. If you're enjoying the content, like it, subscribe for more videos like this. I have several lined up, and we're going to jump right in with the job system. Alright guys, so in Final Fantasy XIV, the job system encompasses basically all of the different classes and abilities that a character can have. So regardless if it's a combat class, a gathering class, or a crafting class, they're all going to be encompassed within this system. It's actually incredibly easy to transfer from job to job. So all you have to do is open up your character, which is hitting the C key, come right up here to the top where you see the main hand item, go ahead and select that main hand item, and just switch it out for something else. So for example, my Weaver class. So this is going to be a light armor crafting class. I switch over to that, and now I'm a Weaver. So I have my little needle and basket on my side there, and I can start crafting light armor. I'm only level 1 as a Weaver. I haven't done anything with it because I use heavy armor for the most part. But it shows you how simple it is to transition from jobs. Do keep in mind, though, that you can't actually just do whatever job you want whenever you want. You have to go to whatever guild teaches that job, acquire that skill from that guild, and then you can start participating in that job. Not only that, but every 5 levels, that guild will offer you a class quest. So my Weaver, for example, at level 5 will get a unique quest that will allow me to learn some new abilities or get some new gear, as well as progress through a story related to this type of class. So if you're a miner, you have mining class. If you're a warrior, you have a warrior class quest line. So it's a really cool, really unique, really fun little system they added into the game that helps you feel more connected to whatever class it is you're playing. If you're not into that stuff, you can pretty much spam right through the quests and just get your gear and get your stuff. But I recommend playing through them. A lot of them are very fun and exciting. Some of them are pretty quirky and goofy. So it's pretty cool to experience that along with like the main story quest or other things. Once you've gone through, completed all those quests, you've done a lot of training, stuff like that, you get your character to level 80 in whatever respective job. Every single job has a max level of 80. So there are currently 38 jobs in the game, 18 combat jobs, 20 crafting and gathering jobs. Once you get your first job to level 80 in each of the categories, whether it's crafting, gathering, or combat, all of your subsequent jobs will actually level faster at a much faster rate. So you're not in a situation where you're having to grind, let's say, 60 hours for every single job. You'll go from 60 hours to, let's say, maybe 30 hours, and all of the future jobs under that list, whether crafting, gathering, or combat, will level at a faster rate. So keep that in mind as you're selecting your first few jobs. It's better to either switch to something you really want to do right away, or to just pound that one right up to 80 and then allow your future jobs to level faster. So, going back to my character being butt naked here sitting at the table, and all these people looking at me like I'm a weirdo, it's actually really simple to make sure that your character is currently equipped with the best gear that they can use. So you go up here to the recommended gear button, tap it, it'll show a list of recommended gear, go ahead and hit equip, and my character will be now equipped with the best gear they can use. Level 1 Weaver, I'm using basically all level 1 throwaway gear that doesn't really mean much. From there, in order to make sure I don't have to do this each time I switch to my Weaver, I can actually hit the gear set list button, save this gear set list by hitting the plus sign, which will actually read to you create a new gear set. You hit that, and now I have a level 3 Weaver built here. As I continue to level my Weaver, get better gear, I don't have to continue creating gear sets. In fact, I can actually go right up here to this update gear set, and it will if I tap it, it'll automatically update my gear set to whatever gear that I've just equipped using my recommended gear button. So the general flow of this is initial class, so switch to the job for the first time, equip all your recommended gear, create the gear set, and then as you get new gear, go to the recommended gear set, equip it, and then tap your update gear set button to lock that in, save that to your current gear set that you built in your gear set list. That's about as easy as it is. From there, you have the ability to switch between your jobs just by going through and tapping them. So I can switch to my red mage, my samurai. Actually, I don't have my samurai weapon on me, so I can't switch to my samurai. Fisherman, carpenter, things like that. You can jump between job to job that simply, as long as you've gone to the respective guild and unlocked the ability. You can also take these and slap them right on your hotbar. So now I have my carpenter on a hotbar, lancer on a hotbar, and let's say red mage on a hotbar. I can actually just tap these now to switch between them. It's that easy. Each particular job has its own hotbar set, things like that. So I actually have a secondary hotbar that I set up to show you guys some stuff, just to kind of breeze through them. So difference in fishing and mining, things like that. Super simple. Keep in mind, all of your gathering jobs can share gear, so as long as your level is equivalent, you can equip the same gear. Same thing with your crafting. So armorer, weaver, all that can use the same gear to get those bonuses. It's only the weapon that you have to switch that will determine those. The big difference is going to be your combat class. So we'll spend about a minute or so talking about the combat class, and we'll wrap up the video from there. So combat classes are a little different than how your gathering and crafting classes work. The gathering and crafting classes, as you level them up, all of your gathering classes will share the same skills. So as you continue to level up a class, you'll be able to unlock the same skills that you would have on your first level 80. So my miner has a set of skills that are going to be a little different flair. They have a little different text, a little different images that represent a miner version of it. But if I switch from mining to another gathering class, the abilities will work basically the same way. They'll just be named different again. And then same thing with crafting. So like my armorer, for example, the very first ability I get is basic synthesis. Same thing if I switch to weaver, basic synthesis. But the art's a little different and the descriptions are a little different for them usually to match whatever class you're doing. Combat is completely different. So like any MMO, switching from even between the different tank jobs will change up all the abilities the way that character flows. So you can even see right here, my gunbreaker and my warrior, they share the same exact armor because they are both tank classes. But the weapon will differ along with all of my abilities. So for example, if I switch to my thaumaturge, completely different armor class, different ability set. So as you switch from the different tanked, healer, DPS, those individual chunks will share gear, but every job inside of those categories will be uniquely different in terms of how they work, like they are in every MMO. So that's really a general rundown of exactly how the job system works, how to go through and equip the different jobs, how to unlock them, keeping in mind that leveling the first one to level 80 will make all subsequent jobs faster to level. That's a really important thing a lot of new players don't know. I can't stress that enough, that a lot of players will, they'll level 4 or 5 jobs up to 50 or 60, when in that same time they could have gotten 1 to 80 and 2 or 3 to 50 or 60. So keep that in mind as you progress. If you don't like your job, change. I'm not saying just drudge through. I want you to enjoy whatever job you are. Once you find a job you're enjoying, knock it out to 80. You'll be sitting pretty for all your future jobs. If the video was helpful, if it really gave you a good idea of exactly what the heck is going on with the job system, leave a like, drop comments if you have questions, or if I skip something really important, things like that. And subscribe if you want more videos like this. Again, this one's probably going to be a minute or two longer than the future ones because it's quite an extensive system. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.